Oh, the full you.
That's what you can do.
Joe, as soon as you're ready, I'll get started. Where are you gonna sit? Oh, here. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Let the record reflect that this is a meeting of the St. Joseph County Alcoholic Beverage Board on its 24th day of September at 9 a.m. The members of the board are Steve Winter, myself, Lee Slavinskis, and Michelle Trauber of the Indiana State Excise Police. Are there any persons here who wish to voice opposition to any permits on the agenda today? Will all persons in attendance seeking a new permit, requesting a change of location or ownership, or seeking a renewal after a violation stand, and please raise your right hand. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the answers that you have given on your application or any testimony you may give to any questions asked by this board to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Okay, you may sit down. Thank you. All right, I'd like to make a motion for approval of the minutes of our last meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. All right, next item on the agenda would be approval of the renewals without any violations. Quick rundown is DL 7110568, Kroger number 889, RR 715570, Papavino's Italian Kitchen, RR 131961, Cinemark Movies 14, DL 7130605, Mega Liquor and Smoke number 3, DL 7130815, Martin Supermarket number 2, RR 7136800, Kodo Casual Asian Dining, RH 7130223, Residence Inn, Mishawaka, RR 139305, Portillo's Hot Dogs, RR 7140069, El Rancho, AO2, RR 7141295, King Crab Cajun and Bar. Is there a motion for approval?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item is a petition for a new license, CH 7130285, doing business as Levels LLC. Yep.
Good morning.
What did we,
Can you state your name, please?
Latrina.
okay.
And you are the owner.
So what were we doing? I know you had been here before.
Yes, so we had to reapply. And consult with the attorney first to make sure everything was what it would be, and I number back here.
What is any change in the application?
There's no change, but the license number, permit number, only thing that changed.
Yeah, I don't think I was here when she was in before. Can you tell me a little bit about what your business is and what you're gonna be doing, just for the record?
It's an
Thank you.
event, it's an event space. And you can rent it for birthday parties, baby showers, weddings, receptions, things like that.
Where are you gonna be located at?
526 West McKinley in Mishawaka.
Okay.
So, just to update you, Steve,
Yep.
kind of circle back around. So you were here before, with the catering hall permit license. Discussion was had, your events are ticketed, open to the public. They are not private, all private events at that time. We suggested continuing it until the next month or even the possible month after to kind of figure out some things, but you chose to withdraw the application.
Correct.
And now you turned around and reapplied for the same type of license.
Right.
So that's why we're trying to figure out what's changed, that we would entertain this as a private catering hall again?
So when we first applied, we had I believe it was an all-white party coming up. And where they had to dress in, all white, of course. And at that time, we were advertising as a party instead of a private event. So Michelle was like, you can't do that. You need to, if you do it as a private event, it needs to be labeled as a private event where you couldn't sell tickets prior to and that. So we wanted to make sure that this is exactly what it was supposed to be. So now when it's labeled as a private event, like you can't advertise with like flyers. It needs to be invitation only. So that's how we will proceed moving forward. And it will be like based in the contract. So if someone breaks it out and say, hey, I'm having a private party, that's also in the contract, because if they don't have it, if they advertise or whatever, then it's a breach of contract. So we just want to make sure while we have this liquor license that everything is, across the board the way it needs to be. And it's not, I don't want you guys to think like it's ran as a bar or a club or something, because it's a private event. You have to book us in order to, open up.
So no longer will be open to the public
Correct.
events. It'll be a true private event catering hall.
Yes.
And
So we got a system, it's called Partyful. At first, we were using Eventbrite to keep track of, like, the people that purchased it. You can't do that. Like, you have to have RSVP, and private events. So we use Partyful.
okay.
Because the other thing we had talked about last time was that they have these DJs that
Right.
have these followings. So it was being advertised as, Club DJ or whoever it is having this event. Buy your tickets on Eventbrite,
Right.
come here, and that was being advertised as,
Open.
yeah,
Mhm.
well, private function, but it really was just open to the public.
Yeah.
So are you going to continue having those DJ events or not?
No, so if it's someone who books it and they have a DJ there, like we have the A&E permit, and that's good for a year, like we got that. But like I said, if they have to, if once they book us, it's in the contract, the state say, hey, this is your private event, like you can't have people purchase tickets, like you just can't buy tickets, because then it's open to the public. And we also have it where if they pass out flyers and minors can see, now it's open to the public.
Okay, do you have a copy of the contract
I
then?
didn't, the wrong one, I noticed that when I got here. It's the
Okay.
contract,
Okay,
but I can email you.
The question I have, you can have your contract and everything can be laid out. So it's all legit.
Mhm.
But the person who actually signs the contract and is having the event,
Right.
how do we control that they're not basically making it a public event? Because they'll just say anybody can come that I know or that asks to come based on the entertainment or the music or whatever that's being played that day.
How do I control their crowd?
Yeah,
Well, they have to have a
Yeah.
police officer there too. And then like, I'm there, as it's in the contract.
I understand. I guess what I'm saying, there's this very, very fine line that I'm seeing of whether it be a public event or private event. From the standpoint that somebody can rent a hall as a private event.
Uh-huh.
But once they rent it, you have no clue as to who they're inviting and whether it really is open to the public or not. Discreetly or openly or however.
again,
I,
let me explain a little bit
Yeah.
more. I think what the police officers aren't gonna be there checking the guest list. They're not gonna
No.
be looking at who are RSVP. That's not their role.
Right,
How are you gonna know that these people have not sold tickets to their events?
well,
That's,
I wasn't here for the first meeting, so and it sounds like you had your original program for that you were gonna do for it. Now it sounds like it's changed.
Mhm.
I personally don't see it any different than any other hall catering license. That would be the same argument you can make for any hall. That somebody rents it and you have a contract. How do I know that such and such hall doesn't do the same thing? The only thing that we can go on is, I think we probably need to see the contract, or somebody needs, is the contract a valid contract? But there'd be no difference than any other contract I would enter into for Hall X. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just that the only thing that's changed is she had an original plan or program for her event center that wasn't compliant, and now she's changed it. So how do we make sure that it's actually changed? Is that the summation of it, or?
Understand what you're saying about catering hall X.
Mhm.
You know, we don't check to make sure people didn't pay admission versus,
Right,
but within what has it been, 3 months time span that we've done a completely 180 from we're advertising all of these open to the public birthday parties. We're
Right.
really not birthday parties. You can buy a ticket and go. You don't even have to know whose birthday it is versus now all of a sudden 3 months later, a 180 completely
Yeah,
changed. That's why we're That's why
Yeah,
we're asking all the
absolutely.
questions.
yeah, that makes sense.
That's the
I
concern.
mean, apparently, compared to the plan, totally changed
Right.
to a great level. You have no reason to doubt that's what your intent is and what you're going to do.
Mhm.
My concern becomes the people that rent the hall. Do they in turn tend to make it a public event? Yeah, how do you know? I mean,
Well, like Steve said, I mean, we don't, I guess we would just have to see the contract and see what that does look like.
Yeah. I mean, you're bound by a contract. So it's just a complete it sounds like it's a complete 180 of the business model in a 3-month period, which is why it poses a little bit of concern for the board.
Which is totally fine. I mean,
Yeah.
when you say this is not what it's supposed to be,
Mhm.
and you explain how it needs to be. You
And
would
so-
want that 380 because you want it to go the correct way.
Right,
Like, I'm not trying to get fined. I don't want people to think, oh, this is a club, you know,
right.
like parties every week. That's not the case.
So tell me again about the parking lot, like how late are your events gonna run?
Midnight. Well, it's not just my events. So I'm not the one throwing the events.
Right, right.
So if they have an event, like it goes to midnight.
Okay, you're not gonna have any till 2 or 3 AM?
Well, we haven't had any till 2 to 3 AM. No.
Okay, cutting them off at about midnight.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what happens in the parking lot? Do they have to hire security? Does security kind of run
Anybody-
them out of the parking lot or move them out? What happens?
So that if they have a guest count between 75 and 100, security and police is in the contract to be there. So
Okay,
the police can patrol.
okay, okay. And then is there anything in your contract about not loitering in the parking lot, hanging out, drinking after the fact,
what the
anything like
police
that?
report, yeah, to
Okay,
make sure everything is cleared up. So they have to hire the police from start of their event to the end of their event. So when I'm there locking up, like the police will be with us, like go into the cars to make sure nobody's hanging out, you know,
okay,
loitering because that causes more problems.
okay.
From a catering perspective, I mean, it's a catering, it said you just open up they can bring their own
They have
caterers
to bring
in.
their own food. Yeah, 'cause we don't
Okay.
have a
Okay,
kitchen. So, yeah.
They do have a warming kitchen, so they
Yeah.
bring food in.
And more.
To keep it.
right. What's the total capacity of the facility?
250.
And is that, I did actually talk to Fire Marshal a little bit about another place. Is that 250? Is that seating capacity or standing
That is-
occupancy?
That is seating.
Seating.
Yes. 16 tables, 10. It's fine. It's depending on what tables you.
Okay,
They-
because the seating capacity for like dining purposes has to be 250 to
250.
qualify for the catering.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
And so it's not standing room.
No, standing, I think he said it's like 325.
Okay,
with like,
Okay.
you know,
okay. And you brought that, you didn't bring the right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I can email it when I get back to you.
Yeah, general question,
Yeah.
is the hall open, event center open now? You just don't have a liquor license?
It is open, but we haven't had any rentals this month,
Okay,
but yeah,
have you operated under a liquor license before?
never.
Okay,
No, we've got a temporary beer and wine permit, like we had a canvas thing.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's what we did there.
okay. So obviously you're familiar and you've read
Yeah.
up on all the rules
Oh, yeah.
and all the regulations and so on and so forth, so. As the holder of the liquor license, you are the individual that'll be responsible and that will be fined, so there is some responsibility there.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? What's the pleasure?
I'll move to approve.
Motion, do we have a second?
I'll second. Based on testimony today under oath that you have contract that it's gonna be run completely different, then I will second that.
We have a motion and a second, and I would just say that I do have concerns, and it's not about you. It's about the person that might be running the place and what they may do. But under the statutory recommendations, there's nothing that any reason that I could deny this, so I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Good luck.
And you
Good
got
luck.
the affidavit that you posted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, with no other business before this board covering the Mishawaka licenses, is there a motion for adjournment?
I'll motion to adjourn.
No second.
We have a motion and second. Board 2 is adjourned, and now we will turn over to Mr. Caldwell, and he will handle the Mishawaka and County, or the South Bend and County license, whatever.
I was
Whatever.
kind of not here for the first part, so I didn't hear. all
No,
the-
so it's perfect.
All right, yeah, thank you.
Take care.
Have a nice day.
You too.
All right, call to order the Alcoholic Beverage Board #1 of St. Joe County covering South Bend and county area. Want to call roll call, Police Levinskis, Officer Trotter, Jim Caldwell, we're all here. Are there any persons wishing to voice opposition to any permit on the agenda? Okay, I did note that we had some people come in after we did swearing in for the previous during the previous meeting. So anyone that hasn't been sworn in that plans to testify, if you'll please rise and raise your right hand. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the answers you have given on your application or any testimony you may give to any questions asked by this board to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Great, thank you. Next up is the approval of the automatic renewals without violations. I will list them. BPOE, I don't need to do the number, right? Right.
Okay.
Correct, just do the DBA.
McKinley Avenue in South Bend, MR Falcons Nest #4, St. Peter and St. Paul Church, South Bend Civic Center, Green Star Cafe, Rocco's Restaurant, The View, Hacienda Mexican Restaurant on Portage Avenue, Mitch's Corner Sports Bar, Groceries by Joe, Homewood Suites, South Bend Country Club, Starlight Pizza on Ireland Road, Weiss Gas House on Dixie Way, Crooked U and Brewery and Ale House, Kroger number J-901, Firehouse Tap, Target store number 1902 on Ireland Road, Levy's Restaurants, St. Stanislaus Costa Catholic Church, Chippewa Bowl, Cloud Walking Coffee, Blarney Stone Wine and Spirits #2 on Lincoln Way West in South Bend, Q and Brew on Portage Avenue, and Birch Tree Golf Course. Are there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the renewals without violations.
Okay.
Motion in the second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Next up, we have, Blarney Stone Wine and Spirits. Is someone here from there? We will leave that to the end and see if they show. We have a transfer for Blarney Stone 2 on Lincoln Way West. We'll leave that. We have a new permit for Ivy Alley. If you'll come up here, take a seat at the table. If you could both state your names for the record.
Nathan Klein.
Karen Klein? Thank you.
Okay, and these are celebrities. They were on television yesterday.
Do you want to explain what you're gonna do? What you hope to do?
Yeah, so part of it's in the name, Ivy Alley Social House. Our main goal is to have a social house where we can have community come together and foster a environment where they can enjoy themselves, do duck pin bowling, have a pizza oven as our main source of food, also have a full kitchen with sandwiches, soups, salads. Plan is to have a full bar and as well as a micro brewery. We'll just brew a few of our own beers and then trying to source a lot of the other beers, wines, liquor locally for the most part.
Where is this located? I know
So-
the address, but
So you said you have the address?
yeah, we have the address 321 Wayne.
Yeah. So do you know that Gates Chevy building
Okay.
that Bear Hands is going to go into? It's directly across of Wayne Street from that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So a couple blocks in from the library, a couple blocks from Cubs.
So what type of hours are you looking at operating?
So Monday through Thursday will be from 4 PM to 6 PM. Friday and Saturday from 11 to 11.
4 to 6.
Huh?
4 to 6 PM.
Sorry, 4 to 10 PM.
10 PM.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's quick. turnaround.
Yeah, they eat the pizza.
Sorry.
Get out.
Monday through Thursday, 4 to 10. Friday, Saturday, 11 to 11. And then Sunday, we're going back and forth a little bit, but probably 11 to 8 or so. Don't want to have anything too late at all.
What is your past experience with serving alcohol?
So I've been the distiller for the last couple of years, so I've experience distilling and brewing are very similar. I have some experience with that. I
How about dealing with the public is kind of what, with customers and,
Well, where do you have experience doing that?
Iron Shoe Distillery.
oh, okay.
So I did a combination of distilling and then all their distribution management. So I would go do the tastings. I did all the tastings for Iron Shoe, go in different liquor stores and grocery stores, and providing tastings to the public from that. And talking to different ownership of different stores and providing tastings for them and their employees so they can try the product. That is the majority of my experience for it.
We just always like to emphasize the fact that you should card anybody that looks 40 or younger. And, and sometimes we wind up with violations on things like, not keeping an accurate record of bartender licenses or licenses expire. You need to keep track of those and keep them on record as well as the bartender or server having their license.
To help compensate for some of the not huge amounts of experience that we have for bartending. We're planning on hiring a well-versed bar manager to help make sure that we are above board and everything, I suppose. And we are made sure that we understand things very well as well.
Okay.
But we're a little bit extra help.
Have you already applied for a brewery permit?
Yes, so the federal brewing permit is approved. The state permit is waiting on the prohibited interest check, but everything else otherwise approved. Then it goes to commission review and excise review. But
Okay, so that is in process. Brewery.
Yep.
Okay. Is it a brewery or distillery permit? Artisan distillery or brewery?
brewery.
Okay, brewery. And then, so you've had no experience running restaurant or on the front of the house type of thing yet?
Either,
Okay,
No, I
Okay.
actually registered nurse since like before, so I definitely have seen the outcomes of, people that have been overserved and, not something we plan on doing.
when are you hoping to open? Are you waiting till you get the brewery permit and do it all at one time, or are you gonna open the restaurant now, or?
So we're hoping to open towards the beginning of December and hopefully the permit will be in by then,
Mhm,
completed.
okay,
If not, we'll open the rest of it first.
okay.
Are you going to have just table seating or will you have a bar?
Yeah, we have a bar that seats about 12 people and the majority of the rest of it's table seating.
Do they need separation?
Maybe. Are you gonna have anyone under 21 family dining at all? Okay, so, this might help anybody else in the room too. Prior to July of 24, the law said you could be 18, 19, or 20, dining in a room with a bar with a parent or legal guardian. That then changed to any age minor can be in the bar room dining at a table with a family member. So it still does not allow loitering, no loitering allowed. Once they come in, they eat, they gotta leave. Mom and dad can't have another drink. They can't do a light tasting or anything like that. They gotta go. Little Timmy can't sit there and color. So, the other thing is 2 19-year-olds cannot come in and eat.
In the restaurant
Right,
at all.
at all, without a family member that's over 21. So if you want to allow, if you don't want to monitor it that closely, put it that way, then you have to have separation. Which would be the limited separation, half wall, half railing, something like that, as long as you're gonna do like $200,000 worth of food a year on premise. Which it sounds like you will be. What did you say your menu is gonna be?
Primarily pizza, some sandwiches.
Okay. So if you want to do any, add any separation, if that's something you guys get to thinking about and you're like, just,
Yeah, separation.
okay.
Yeah.
let's do that. Yeah. Yeah, because then you can have Notre Dame students come in for pizza. Like otherwise, you can't even have a group of 5, college age kids come in and eat pizza.
Yeah.
Without separation.
And our idea is to have a social environment too, so if someone's playing duck pin bowling, can children stay and play duck pin bowling without separation?
Nope.
No, we would need
Mhm.
separation.
What's that be going? Is that what this is?
Because this is duck pin bowling.
Okay,
So this is like a smaller seating area, but this is the main seating area. Probably a place would be. So we just have to have some sort of partial wall there. So
Same
Yeah.
with it.
we
or you could do something this way, make this side 21 and above and this side more family oriented.
So for a partial wall, do you mind if I mark on this?
I don't mind. I just printed off what you
Okay.
submitted, and I can come out and look at it prior to you getting too much further in construction if you want.
So doing a half wall here, and then could it just be open? Does it have to be doors?
Nope, as long as this opening is no more than 5 feet in width,
Okay.
that would work. And then that would mean this would be 21 and above, or like I said, dining with a family member, no loitering. And then you could see your, minors that wanna do the duck pin bowling and all that can do that all over here.
So the minors couldn't wait in the waiting area either. Or
No, where's the main door?
the main door is right there.
No, you would probably have to do some separation on this end as well.
Would the other option be to do like did you say basically almost like a fence? I've seen places
Have a
That-
railing.
that basically follows the curve of the bar,
Sure.
Yep.
and then we would just be done.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can do that.
I'll talk to the contractors about how it's fenced.
and Officer Trevor.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can look at it beforehand, give you
Yeah.
some ideas, and then you guys just have to sit down and figure out which.
Where are the restrooms?
So this is the end. So I think restrooms were good, even with this, because once they get to that area and to the duck pin area.
Is there an issue with the entrance and kids having to walk through the bar to get to the restroom?
No, that's what we are just talking
Okay.
about. They wouldn't be, they have seating in here, so if they choose to seat them in there, they can, or they can walk them through and seat them over here.
Okay, yeah, we would, because we're doing construction, it's hold on.
Okay,
Yeah. we would-
I saw you posted your own sign, brought the affidavit, I just need
Yep.
that. And then will you be, over there by chance after the meeting today?
Yes.
Cause I could stop by real quick and look at that and.
Yeah.
Or the construction?
It's,
Oh, yeah.
it's by project.
Building was from 1926, and when we started, there was just the walls, roof and floor.
Well,
Like exterior wall.
Watching yesterday, you spent so much time before you actually showed what duck bowling was, and I'm sitting there trying to explain to my wife what duck bowling is, and she's a duck pin, and she goes, what is that? My explanation was correct. I mean, I did a good job,
Yeah.
and then you demonstrated and had the scenes, so I think that'll be popular. All age groups.
Yeah, and that's what we're going for. We have a zero approach, so even if you're in a wheelchair, you could actually go right up to
Oh,
it.
nice.
You know, children, 2.5-year-old grandchild,
Yeah.
duck and balls.
That's right.
His balls are about this big.
And, you know, the reason why we talk about underage drinking, you know, our community is blessed with a lot of colleges, universities, and which brings us a lot of young people, you know, 18, 21, just under 21. And they love to test,
Mm.
you know, the fines are something that you don't recover from paying you know, there's a expired permit for an employee, and that was 2 of them. It was $500 penalty, all right? You don't recover from that, you know, you don't recover from the fine of somebody selling an underage kid a beer. You know, and you get dinged with $1,000 fine, you know. It doesn't work. So that's why we just push the card, you know. Are there any other questions on the board?
There's no questions. I'd like to make a motion for approval of the new license for IB Valley.
There's a motion. Motion in the second. All those in favor of the approval, say aye. Aye. Good luck, all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, all right, thank you.
We have a transfer for Nitro Entertainment. RR 714-2805.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Could you both state your name for the record?
Absolutely. Nick Royals with Bradford and Riley, and with me I have Dilshar Turna, the owner of Nitro LLC.
Okay. Do you want to explain what you folks want to do?
Yeah, so this is transferring a permit over to the Edison, and I believe it's is it
Hickory.
Hickory intersection. And they are planning on doing a bar with a inside of a golf simulator kind of entertainment space. So we'll have a full bar in there. We'll be family friendly. So have the separation up as well. Mr. Turna has extensive history managing other restaurants and permits with no violation history. So he's very familiar with alcohol rules and regulations. Plan to have a strict carding policy. They will card anyone that orders alcohol, no matter their appeared age. And happy to answer any other questions about policies or plans for the space.
So this is Bola's place that was about to lose his license. So
Right.
what did you work out with the ATC?
Yes, so this was it was going to go into one of his restaurants and he couldn't get the final I think the final floor plan. He couldn't get the construction finished in time. So he ended up selling it to Mr. Turna, who will be operating at this new space. We're able to get that together pretty quickly. He has about a 6 to 9 month left to build out for this renovations to get the golf simulators technology and whatnot in there, but, yeah, did not like the transaction was approved.
Okay.
Yep.
So this, you are legitimately taking over this location, just continuing the build out that Bola had started, but Bola is not the owner and you're the face of the,
This is a new location as well.
that same address,
So this is a
3622 Edison Road.
it's a transfer of location, and I think the permit was originally attached to.
I'm familiar with that intersection, but I'm trying to think.
There was an exercise place
Okay.
Due to the,
All right, now I
that Bolo was gonna do. You're not gonna do it there, right?
No, that is where
No,
it's.
that is
Yeah.
where it's going.
Well. Okay,
This
Yeah.
permit,
It's the same
Usually
business.
the-
this permit is
it
over on
won't stop,
Western,
so it's the same.
is coming from Western Avenue.
No, it is on the same place, 3622 on a.
So this, okay, so this is Bola's Western permit that this, he couldn't bring to fruition with the city.
uh-huh,
And he had to open the other one with the Wayne Street address or whatever.
uh-huh.
But this is the one that Bola was, he came in front of the board at 3622 Edison with the golf place.
Yeah.
And he needed to have it finalized by August 14th, otherwise he was gonna lose that permit. And he didn't get it finalized. So now,
That's
Mr.
transfer.
Tuma is just transferring ownership. It's still gonna be at that 3622 Edison.
Okay,
And for all practical purposes, same floor plan, same business plan,
Mhm.
nothing's, okay.
Correct.
and your experience with alcohol sales?
I've been working there 19 years.
Okay, so is Bola gonna have anything to do with this business anymore? No. You're gonna, okay, you're gonna own and operate
Yes.
the business, okay. Questions? What are your hours gonna be?
You heard everybody under 40.
40 or more is my just from my, what is it called? Is a just right? So is I able to scan ID every time whoever 84, 24,
Yes,
so.
It's the
Right.
safest way of doing
Right.
this.
Safest
I've
way to
been,
do
I've
it.
been there 19.
Okay. What are the hours of operation?
we,
10 to 10 Monday, Thursday, and 10 to 12.
Okay, and then you're talking about 9 months, so next,
yeah, early next
September,
26, probably early to mid
whatever.
26, it's about 6 to 9 months.
Okay. or yeah,
Okay.
any questions of the board?
The types of food if you'd like, but typical bar, slightly elevated feel to the food menu as well.
So you're gonna have a grill and a fryer. Okay,
Full kitchen.
all right.
But there's things, I'm aware of, like Rough, I spend a lot of time in there. Par, not very many, not many.
Are there any other questions or?
Don't have any questions, I'll make a motion for approval. Transfer.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second? There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. We wish you all the best.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So,
Nick.
Nick.
Yes, I've been up once before, but
Yeah.
I'm not usually up here too often. We're down in Indianapolis most of the time. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is the Bucket Shack.
All my life, well, my name falls in that last spot. Good morning to you.
Good morning. You want to state your name for the record?
I'm Steve Stidham.
And you're opening up the Bucket Shack, previously known as.
The bucket.
Yeah, the bucket. The bucket, the open bucket.
Yeah, so we just kind of kept the bucket in there, just kind
Yeah.
of keep it.
Yeah, we had at the shack, and I told everybody who we were, because we had the food check in Vernelco for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So everybody knew everything with just those two words.
To Facebook, everybody knows everything's up.
Yeah, this license is being transferred from
Correct.
the bar group.
Yeah.
Good, okay.
Well, we're gonna be a full service restaurant. You know, we're gonna go ahead and serve burgers, gonna be our main code. This is kind of a business plan for you folks, kind of read through it, your convenience if you like. We're gonna make sure we have all the levels going with the right personnel. We're talking about managers, we're gonna be talking about the servers, we're gonna make sure they're certified. And I'm one of those kids that bought alcohol at 16 years old. I card everyone because I know these 16-year-olds can look older. My experience is coming from Pizza Hut and Gino Pizza 25 years ago. The last 3 years been with Food Shack, and the rest of it's been with automotive service. We've been automotive service owners. We've grown Tuffy Service Centers and SCS Tire and Auto. But this career towards the Bucket Shack is exciting. Good burgers. We're gonna offer a New York strip steak, French fries, onion rings, and hopefully just good, tasty food. And I want you guys to come as you are. You don't have to dress up to be somebody that you're not. You know, we want something nice and relaxing. And if you want a beer with it or an alcohol drink, you want to be able to offer this to you folks. Our floor plans are completely separated, but we have the doorway separate where people can sit on 21 or on the other routes on multiple levels, even on our bottom deck. That's separated also. So we only got a 21-year-old in that. Everybody else can sit over to the east side. So we're doing everything we can precautionary to make sure we follow by the rules that I'm studying up on. And boy, have they changed over the years. I don't know if I missed anything. I'm sure I did.
Is your intent to card everyone?
Oh, we'll card everybody,
Yes.
because that to me is flattery. Please card me.
I know 16 and 17 again.
So yes, everybody will be carded, just because, like he said, my daughter is a junior in high school, and them girls these days do not look like they belong in high school. So we will card.
They're not the
everybody.
same.
You posted your orange sign.
Yes.
Did you bring your affidavit?
I did.
I just need the back page. Oh, thank you.
Do you have a anticipated opening date?
As soon as our heat visor wrench is repaired and you guys approve the liquor license, I'm ready to open. My crew is ready to call in.
Are you still gonna have a little docks or anything there for boats?
We are gonna be adding that. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I found out it's $1,000 to add about 30 feet. Stupid not to. You know, I mean, I already got people begging, so we're running steps down to the river. We got 2 steps. So we're getting those repairs, so those are saved also. One thing I want to make out is on the, we put on there the name of the business. It's a secret code. It's a secret code, not code. So that DE does need to come off there. I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. The student doing business as Bucket Shack.
Okay.
What are your hours again? Did you say?
Unique hours, and this is probably gonna wind back after the honeymoon spurt. Monday through Thursday, we're gonna go ahead and do a 10 to 10. Friday, 10 to 2 a.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. Sunday, 8, was it 10 o'clock we agreed to?
8 to 10, is
8
what
to
we were thinking. Football games. Yeah, depending. Somebody else want to watch it.
And I think after the honeymoon spurt, everything kind of slows down, get used to us. We'll probably wind those back to help save on some payroll. We're expecting to have security there, and we are gonna ask the police to be set there for the first few Fridays and Saturdays, because it will be crazy, I'm sure.
You hope.
Just busy.
And what is your experience running a restaurant with alcohol service? Any?
Mine would be Pizza Hut. This would be back in 1993, in front of the house when we were just serving it. You know, I was actually only doing beer at that time. You know, and I was just one of the cooks and waiters at that time, helping out with the float in the front. I would actually do the cash register, monitor. And at that time, I had to card everybody because I was one of those violators. They called me.
Yeah, a restaurant in Elkhart now doesn't have,
Yeah, no longer there.
but
Okay.
we're looking at maybe a
So you do have another restaurant somewhere in
Yeah.
another location?
Food shack there in SAS, Victor Russell Street. The old Penguin Point.
Okay, yeah.
I will need a new floor plan. The floor plan that you sent in with the application was kind of,
This is the decks upstairs and downstairs.
outside. Oh,
That's the west. Patio.
that's the top. These are upstairs. Downstairs.
Okay.
Inside.
I know it's gonna be difficult to draw because it is multi-level and everything.
And that's
But ideally I need all of this on.
one paper.
One piece of paper.
Now, do you need the outside seating also? Okay.
If you're gonna have alcohol out there, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
Take a picture and string it down with all together, I think, cut them out. Take a picture, then send it that way. That'd be the best way.
the one you sent in with the application was quite busy. Let me.
It was,
just put-
yeah,
I made a
it's a
note.
lot of
I said it's
busyness.
too busy and it was really hard to read and I just, like, I couldn't use it. So this is much
Yeah.
better as far as the detail that I need. And we just need to mark like all the doors, like I need to know where the women's door is it over here or is it over here? Like, so we need all the doors and things. Any separation, which
Like a wall, yeah.
is that?
Yeah, that's, and that's the book way.
That's
To walk into it.
okay. That's okay. Once I get something, I can kind of work with it a little bit. I'll white out what I don't need or draw in what I can. And as long as it's pretty close, that's all I need. So,
We try
yeah,
to duplicate first.
okay. Yeah, so if we can work on that and like, I won't need chairs. Done
Oh,
with
okay.
that. Need cooler, stairs. You know, by putting in a couple tables like this, it's fine because it just kind of indicates.
Kind of diversity.
Yeah, but we know they move around, so that's okay too. Yeah, and then I just need to do a final inspection.
Yes.
So,
Are outside too.
Down at the bottom, there's like a little
They
shack.
have a tiki.
Yeah.
That's called our shack.
And I don't know, it's not like a full bar. I think it's just like you can have spirit, like cans and bottles.
There's no draft systems down there.
We're not gonna make people carry the big, take some beer down the steps. So it'll just mostly be like cans and bottles.
and then, if you do docks and such, we'll have to add that to the floor plan. However, you can't do boat side service. They would have to come
Yeah,
into the restaurant to get something to go, as long as you've applied for the carry out.
yes, we have.
permit.
This is a question, maybe not for this. It's something that we can offer boat rides with alcohol services. That's something I'd like to add to this facility in the future.
I had this question on, down in Rochester recently. You can, it's kind of like that operates the same as those pedal bikes type of thing. The driver has to be 21, has to be an employee of yours. And then people can bring their own, everybody has to be 21. that sort of thing. So you're not really, you're just supplying a boat. and a
Yeah.
trailer. That's whereas they get their own to-go alcohol and.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
yeah.
I don't have anything else that the effects of alcohol in a boat for a driver of a boat on the water is almost twice of what it is, the impairment.
I can
Wow.
speak
Twice in a boat, on a boat.
Then
up and call your leg, and they get me out on the lake, and push me back out. They expect me to drive it, and I wasn't drinking or anything, just sober. I was freaking out. I was gonna get this thing in gear going at the other boat, like, oh my goodness.
There's one lake in particular where, it's not kids, it's guys a little bit younger than us, but on jet skis.
Oh.
Going all over, drinking, you got a
Oh.
beer in
Oh.
one hand, and they're on the jet ski, and it's like,
Well, the DNR.
can't you stay 300 feet away from my fishing spot?
Great.
On the alcoholic beverage. Think about that type of thing.
That's right.
So will you be around You heard I gotta stop the other place first, but will you be around today by chance? I could stop in and.
We want to be there at least for noon. If you need to be there longer, we can, or get out long.
No, hopefully I'll be over there by 10:30, quarter to 11.
We just have it disabled, so I gotta be home at 2:40 to
Oh,
get the
okay.
bus. Just throw me out, we'll be out.
Anyway, so.
All right, appreciate you folks.
So, are there any other questions of the board?
I have none. I'll make a motion for approval of the transfer.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
I will be able to go home today and tell my wife when you're opening, because every time we drive by, she can say, when was it?
But you really are, the support has been amazing on this. The work has been endless. And, you know, but I think it's gonna be worth it either of us. It really is.
Old place.
Yes,
My daughter's grandmother, and I grew up, my daughter's grandmother, kids owned it when it was Fay,
The store.
Yeah. yeah.
oh, wow.
I
And
need this information and
Yeah.
pictures. Is there any way
Yeah.
to email this to me?
yeah, she would, I mean, she'd be happy to
Jump in there.
talk to you.
See, that would be
She'd
awesome.
be able to talk to you. She's 88. But spry, still, golfed and,
That would be great, because
Yeah.
we love putting history, we want to put the
Yeah.
history in it,
Yeah.
and we have the
but
old
thank you,
bucket
Fay
song.
and Wayne, what was the original name?
Sure.
The Oak and Bucket.
Joking, but
The old
When it was the Oak and Bucket, yeah, they had it for years.
We took the big sign that was outside and put it on the back deck, so that's our open bucket deck.
history in the place.
Yeah.
there's a long history of
Yeah.
Oak and Bucket always having voted the best hamburger in town. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
We
for
got a lot to
years.
eat. I love-
Yeah.
Try.
It's exciting.
So, well, all the best. Take care. All right, so, we had a violation for Blarney Stone. Our DL 7133292. There being no one here for that, is there a motion to continue?
So moved.
Motion second, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
And then we had a
Blarney Stone.
Blarney Stone Wine and Spirits number 2, DL 7133299. There being no one here for there, is there a motion to continue?
So moved again.
Motion in a second. And there being no further business,
No, wait. So they were notified to be here, like I've talked to them. Cause they missed last month.
Oh.
These are both continued from last month they missed.
are they under suspension then, or?
No. Like, I have no idea why they're not here, like. So. Don't know, talk to them. But I will talk to them again.
All right. I mean, is there license?
Hardly know, it's fine, like,
All right. Pleasure of the board. Oh, let's move to, is there a motion to approve the minutes as electronically submitted?
Yes, I will make that motion to approve.
second,
Motion in the second, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for that, and motion to adjourn,
So moved.
second, all those in favor, aye. Aye. And today is Rosh Hashanah, so he is probably the holy day.
Yeah.
So that's where he's at.
We'd have to just